Have you ever wondered why your breakthrough seems delayed? Why doors don't open when you expect them to? What if I told you God is secretly preparing you in a way you cannot yet see? The struggles, the waiting, and the silence are not setbacks. They are shaping you for greatness. Today, I will reveal why aborting this process could cost you your destiny, and how endurance in the secret place will unlock your full potential. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share will change how you see your waiting season forever. Beloved, I want you to understand today that God is working on you in ways you cannot see. There is a secret preparation that is happening in your life. A process so delicate, so precise, that it cannot be rushed. Many times, people abort this process because they do not see what is happening behind the curtain. They grow impatient, they compare their lives to others, and they take matters into their own hands. But listen carefully. God's secret preparation is designed to make you complete, not just functional. The reason God keeps some things hidden from you is because you are not yet ready to carry them. Imagine trying to put a fragile glass into a moving car. Before it is reinforced, it would break. In the same way, God's hidden work is strengthening you, refining your character, and equipping you for your future ministry, purpose, or destiny. What you see on the outside is not the full story. The struggle, the delay, the silence, all of it is divine craftsmanship. Do not despise the waiting period. This is where many fail. You want promotion, you want breakthrough, you want recognition. But God is shaping your heart, teaching you humility, teaching you patience, teaching you faith. He is pruning out what is unnecessary, trimming what is too heavy, and perfecting what is essential. When the time comes, you will not only walk into your destiny, you will walk in it fully prepared, fully equipped, fully empowered. It is also important to understand that the secret place is not just about external preparation. It is about internal transformation. While you wait, God is building your character. He is teaching you to trust Him even when things do not make sense. He is teaching you to hold on to His promises when everyone else doubts you. He is teaching you that your breakthrough is not just about what you will do, but about who you will become. My dear friend, do not abort this process. Do not take shortcuts. Do not let impatience make you compromise your integrity or rush into things that God has not authorized. There is power in enduring. There is power in waiting. And there is power in being refined in secret. The enemy may tempt you to believe that your time is wasted. But remember, God's clock is never wrong. Every season of waiting is a season of preparation. Those who endure the secret place emerge with wisdom, strength, and a capacity that others who rushed never acquire. You will walk out fully formed, able to handle the challenges of your destiny with grace and power. God is preparing you for influence, for leadership, for impact. And the moment you recognize the value of the secret preparation, you will begin to see your life unfold in ways that are beyond human imagination. So today, I want you to receive this in your spirit. The delays are not denials. The silence is not abandonment. And the struggle is not failure. God is in the workshop of your life, and He is shaping you for a purpose far greater than you can see. Trust Him. Wait on Him. Allow the process to complete. Your time is coming, and when it arrives, it will be perfect, it will be powerful, and it will be undeniable. Beloved, the first truth you must grasp is that God often prepares His children in secret. There is a hidden dimension to God's work in your life that is unseen by the natural eye, unnoticed by the world, and sometimes even misunderstood by you. The Bible tells us that God works in ways that are not immediately visible. While you are waiting, while the world seems to be moving forward, God is in your life performing an invisible yet powerful operation. This preparation is not random, and it is not purposeless. It is intentional, meticulous, and divinely orchestrated. Many people fail to see the value of this secret work because they are focused on results rather than growth. They want the manifestation before the preparation is complete. They want promotion before they are ready, recognition before the refining, and success before the strengthening. But the secret place, the unseen workshop of God, is where the foundation is being laid for all that you will become. In this hidden place, God is molding your character, shaping your mindset, and equipping your spirit for assignments that are far greater than what you can presently perceive. The process is silent, yet powerful. It may appear like nothing is happening, but inside there is divine activity. God's secret preparation is multidimensional. It is not only about your abilities or talents, it is about your heart. While you wait, He is teaching you humility, patience, and perseverance. While you endure delays, He is cultivating faith, trust, and resilience in your spirit. You may not see it in the mirror, but every challenge you face, every period of waiting, and every moment of isolation is like a hammer and chisel on the stone of your life. God is breaking down pride, trimming away impatience, and refining your purpose. He is equipping you to handle responsibilities with grace, wisdom, and strength that cannot be acquired overnight or through shortcuts. Understand that this hidden work is a form of divine protection. If God were to release you before the preparation is complete, you would not be able to withstand the pressures, the responsibilities, or the testing that comes with your destiny. Just as a parent trains a child in the ways of life before giving them freedom, God is preparing you for your future assignments. He is teaching you how to walk in integrity, how to make wise decisions, and how to operate in His presence without being shaken by circumstances. This is why the secret place is so critical. It is the arena where your inner life is strengthened before your external life is impacted. Another key aspect of God's secret preparation is that it builds your spiritual sensitivity. When you are in the hidden place, you begin to hear God's voice more clearly. You begin to recognize His guidance, to sense His direction, and to respond to His instruction without relying solely on what you see in the natural. The secret preparation trains you to operate by faith, not by sight. It makes you resilient, dependable, and aligned with God's purpose. Beloved, the beauty of this secret work is that it always culminates in a manifestation that exceeds human expectation. The person who waits faithfully in the hidden place emerges equipped, confident, and ready. Their life demonstrates the wisdom, the strength, and the maturity that could only come from a process orchestrated in the unseen. God's hidden work ensures that when you step into your season of influence, breakthrough, or promotion, you do so fully prepared and able to handle the weight of your destiny. So never despise the secret place. Never get frustrated because you do not see immediate results. The unseen preparation is far more important than the visible manifestation. Every delay, every moment of silence, and every season of waiting is God's way of shaping you into the person you need to be. It is divine, it is purposeful, and it is necessary. Beloved, one of the greatest enemies of divine preparation is impatience. Impatience is a subtle yet powerful force that can destroy the work God is doing in your life before it even comes to completion. It is that inner restlessness, that unease that pushes you to move ahead of God's timing, to take matters into your own hands, and to act in ways that compromise your purpose. Many people abort their destiny not because God is unwilling to bless them, but because they cannot wait on Him. They cannot endure the silence, the delays, or the waiting period. And in their impatience, they make decisions that jeopardize the blessing God has prepared. Impatience often shows itself in comparisons. You look at someone else's life and say, why not me? Why am I still waiting? This is a dangerous mindset because it blinds you to the fact that God's plan for you is unique, tailored specifically to your life, and perfectly timed. When you compare yourself to others, you are trying to fit God's process for your life into a timeline that He never intended. The person next to you may be in a different season, facing different preparation, and undergoing different testing. Impatience makes you blind to this reality and tempts you to shortcut God's process. Another manifestation of impatience is compromise. When you grow restless, waiting for breakthrough, you may be tempted to take shortcuts, choosing paths that appear faster or easier, but are not aligned with God's purpose. You may compromise your integrity, settle for less than God intended, or enter situations that seem promising, but are spiritually dangerous. Impatience leads to decisions that undermine the very blessing you are waiting for. The enemy loves impatience because it accelerates your mistakes and delays your destiny. Impatience also distorts perception. When you are in a hurry for results, every delay feels like denial, every silence feels like abandonment, and every challenge feels unfair. This mindset clouds your judgment and prevents you from seeing the hidden hand of God working in your life. You begin to interpret delays as mistakes, testing as rejection, and the secret place as stagnation. But the truth is, what looks like delay is God's timing in action. What feels like stagnation is preparation taking place. What seems like silence is divine orchestration behind the scenes. Impatience convinces you otherwise, and many abort the process because of this misconception. The danger of impatience is also spiritual. It weakens faith. Faith is built in the waiting, in the silence, and in trusting God when nothing seems to be happening. Impatience is a symptom of weak faith, a lack of trust in God's wisdom, and a desire to control what only He can control. By giving in to impatience, you essentially declare that you do not trust God's timing, His process, or His ability to prepare you adequately. This is why patience is not passive. It is active faith. It is a deliberate choice to believe that God's timing is perfect, even when your circumstances suggest otherwise. Beloved, the key to overcoming impatience is understanding that God's process cannot be rushed. Every moment of waiting, every trial, every test, and every delay is a divine tool for preparation. The person who waits faithfully and resists the temptation to act prematurely emerges mature, strong, and ready to handle the fullness of what God has planned. Impatience, on the other hand, produces regret, loss, and compromise. It is a trap that many fall into, but those who learn to endure develop wisdom, spiritual depth, and an unshakable trust in God. Do not let impatience abort what God is doing in your life. Do not allow restlessness, comparison, compromise, or distorted perception to make you take shortcuts. Trust that the waiting period is intentional, the silence is purposeful, and the delay is necessary. Those who wait faithfully discover that God's timing is perfect, His preparation is thorough, and His blessings are beyond what they could imagine. Impatience may tempt you to act too soon, but patience will allow you to walk fully prepared into the destiny God has ordained for you. Beloved, one of the most profound truths about God's preparation is that it involves testing and refinement. The season of preparation is not always comfortable, and it is rarely convenient. It is in the testing that your weaknesses are exposed, your strengths are measured, and your character is refined. Many people misunderstand trials and challenges. They see them as punishments, obstacles, or setbacks. But the reality is that God is not punishing you. He is refining you. Just as gold must pass through fire to become pure, your life must pass through trials to emerge strong, mature, and capable of handling greater responsibility. The testing of God is intentional. Every delay, every obstacle, and every difficulty is a tool designed to shape you. It reveals the areas where you need growth and teaches you lessons that cannot be learned in ease and comfort. You see, preparation in the secret place is not only about equipping you with gifts, talents, or knowledge. It is about shaping your heart. The testing of God exposes pride, unveils impatience, and challenges faith. It confronts you with situations that force you to rely not on your own understanding, but on God's wisdom, guidance, and strength. The refining process is designed to build resilience, perseverance, and maturity, qualities that cannot be acquired overnight or through shortcuts. It is important to understand that the testing of God is always purposeful. Nothing in your life is random. Even the difficulties that seem unfair or the delays that feel endless. God allows situations to arise that measure your response, reveal your faith, and build your spiritual capacity. Sometimes the test comes in the form of rejection, at other times in disappointment, failure, or delay. These are all instruments in God's hands to sculpt you, teach you humility, and prepare you for the weight of your future. Those who fail to endure the test often miss their full potential because they give up too soon, abandon the process, or compromise under pressure. Refinement also requires patience and obedience. You cannot demand God's blessing while resisting the process that leads to it. You cannot seek promotion while neglecting the lessons embedded in your trial. You cannot rush the refinement of your character without jeopardizing the very destiny God has prepared for you. Each challenge you face is a divine instrument to shape your mind, strengthen your spirit, and align your will with God's purpose. Those who understand this principle embrace trials, endure pressure, and remain faithful, knowing that the testing is temporary, but the result is eternal. Furthermore, testing refines your faith. Faith is not proven in comfort or ease. It is proven in the furnace of difficulty, in the silence of waiting, and in the face of uncertainty. When your faith is tested and you remain steadfast, you demonstrate that you are not merely following God for his blessings, but you are aligned with him because of who he is. This deepens your spiritual maturity, strengthens your character, and equips you to handle the responsibilities that come with the manifestation of your destiny. Beloved, remember that the refining process also shapes your perspective. It teaches you to see beyond immediate circumstances, to trust God's timing, and to understand that your trials are temporary, but the preparation is eternal. The person who embraces testing emerges with wisdom, endurance, and insight. They can navigate life with a clarity that comes only from having passed through fire and emerged unscathed. They are capable of leading, influencing, and impacting others because they have been tested and refined in the secret place. Do not despise the testing and refinement. Do not resist the challenges, disappointments, or delays. These are the instruments God uses to prepare you for a future that cannot be rushed. The fire may be hot, the pressure may be intense, and the waiting may be difficult, but all of it is shaping you into the person you need to be. Testing and refinement are not obstacles. They are divine opportunities. The one who endures, who remains steadfast, and who embraces the refining process will emerge fully prepared to fulfill their purpose, carrying strength, wisdom, and maturity that can only come from the secret preparation of God. Beloved, one of the most crucial elements of divine preparation is learning to trust God's timing. So many people abort the process of preparation simply because they are unwilling to wait for the perfect moment. They look at their circumstances, glance at the clock of their life, and assume that because nothing is happening now, nothing will ever happen. But God's timing is perfect. It is never early. It is never late. And it is always aligned with his purpose. To trust God's timing is to align your patience with his wisdom, your faith with his plan, and your expectations with his schedule. Understand this: the delay is not denial. The silence is not abandonment. The waiting period is not wasted. God's clock operates differently from human clocks. He sees the end from the beginning, and he knows exactly when you are ready to handle the blessing, the promotion, the responsibility, or the assignment he has prepared for you. Impatience causes many to step ahead of God, to take shortcuts, or to make choices that compromise their destiny. But trusting his timing means resisting the urge to control your own life and submitting to the reality that God knows exactly when your moment should arrive. There is a spiritual principle in trusting God's timing. It builds endurance. Every moment of waiting tests your faith and strengthens your character. When you trust God in the season of delay, you are proving that your confidence is not in circumstances, people, or your own abilities, but in him. Trusting God's timing is not passive. It is an active demonstration of faith. It is a conscious decision to believe that even when the world seems silent, God is at work. It is to understand that his schedule is far superior to yours and his plans cannot fail. The danger of ignoring God's timing is that you often rush into things prematurely. Many people receive what appears to be an opportunity, and because they cannot wait, they accept it without being fully prepared. They jump into positions of responsibility, relationships, or ventures before God has fully equipped them, and they fail. God's timing ensures that when you receive a blessing, you are ready for it. He synchronizes your preparation with your destiny so that when the doors open, you can walk through them with confidence, competence, and completeness. Trusting God's timing also brings peace. Impatience leads to frustration, anxiety, and fear because you are trying to force the process according to your own understanding. But when you trust God, you can rest in the assurance that he is in control. You do not have to manipulate situations, chase after opportunities, or worry about the future. The secret place of preparation teaches you that God's timing is intentional. The seasons, the delays, the trials, and even the disappointments are all part of the perfect orchestration of your life. Another benefit of trusting God's timing is spiritual maturity. Waiting on God develops your humility, strengthens your dependence on him, and refines your character. It teaches you to discern his voice, follow his guidance, and operate in faith rather than sight. Those who trust his timing emerge not only ready for their assignment, but spiritually prepared to carry it without compromise or weakness. They are able to navigate life's challenges with confidence, knowing that every step they take aligns with the divine plan. Beloved, understand that trusting God's timing requires faith, patience, and surrender. It is a choice to stop trying to control your life and to submit fully to the wisdom of the Creator. When you embrace this principle, you will discover that waiting is not wasted. It is preparation. The delay is not disappointment. It is a divine design. The silence is not neglect. It is the quiet work of God aligning every detail of your life with your destiny. So do not rush. Do not push. Do not act out of fear or frustration. Trust that God's timing is perfect. Wait faithfully, prepare diligently, and allow the process to unfold exactly as He intended. Those who trust God's timing will experience the fullness of His plan in their life at the exact moment it is meant to happen, fully equipped, fully empowered, and fully ready. Beloved, one of the most important aspects of God's secret preparation is the spiritual growth that occurs during the process. Many people focus so much on the external results, the breakthrough, the promotion, the manifestation of their destiny, that they forget that the internal work is far more crucial. God is not just preparing you for success or influence. He is shaping your inner life, refining your heart, and cultivating the qualities that will sustain you when your time of manifestation comes. Spiritual growth during the waiting period is not optional, it is essential. It is the foundation upon which every blessing, assignment, and responsibility will rest. Understand this while you are in the secret place. God is working on the core of who you are. He is developing your character, teaching you humility, and cultivating patience. You may not see it, and you may not feel it, but every moment of waiting is a divine classroom where lessons are being taught, virtues are being developed, and your spirit is being strengthened. Many people fail to appreciate this process because they only value what is visible and immediate. They want results, and they become restless when they do not see immediate change. But spiritual growth requires time. It requires discipline. It requires surrender. During this season, God also teaches you how to trust Him completely. Spiritual growth is not just about knowledge or gifts. It is about relationship. It is about learning to depend on Him, even when circumstances seem contrary, to hear His voice when everything else is silent, and to follow His guidance when logic and understanding fail. The secret preparation shapes your capacity to live by faith rather than sight. It teaches you that your breakthrough is not merely about what you achieve, but about who you have become in the process. Moreover, spiritual growth during the waiting period strengthens your resilience. Life will inevitably bring trials, pressures, and challenges, and the person who has grown spiritually in the secret place is better equipped to handle them without compromise. God uses the hidden seasons to fortify your inner life so that when the storm comes, you do not crumble. The delays, the challenges, and the tests are not punishments. They are instruments of growth. They build endurance, teach you perseverance, and deepen your spiritual maturity. Another critical dimension of spiritual growth is clarity of purpose. While you are being prepared in secret, God is revealing your assignment to your spirit. You begin to understand your calling, your vision, and the impact you are meant to have in your generation. The internal growth aligns your desires, intentions, and actions with God's plan, ensuring that when the time for manifestation comes, you do not deviate or stumble. You emerge not just ready, but fully aligned with God's purpose for your life. Spiritual growth also develops humility. In the secret seasons, God often removes pride, selfish ambition, and worldly reliance from your life. He teaches you to value patience over haste, obedience over convenience, and trust over fear. These virtues are essential because the external manifestations of your destiny require more than natural ability. They require spiritual depth. Without spiritual growth, blessings can become burdens. Influence can become pride, and opportunities can become traps. Beloved, the secret place is where God perfects you spiritually so that your external success is sustainable and meaningful. While you wait, He is equipping you to handle your future responsibilities with wisdom, maturity, and grace. Every moment of silence, every trial, and every period of waiting contributes to the development of a resilient, faithful, and spiritually mature person. Those who embrace this process will emerge not only with visible blessings, but with an inner strength that allows them to carry their destiny with integrity, power, and influence. So, do not despise the spiritual growth that happens in the waiting. Do not focus solely on the manifestation. Recognize that while you are being prepared in secret, God is shaping your heart, refining your character, and building your spirit. When the time comes for your destiny to unfold, you will not only step into it successfully, you will step into it spiritually equipped to handle the fullness of what God has prepared for you. Beloved, one of the greatest secrets of God's preparation is understanding the reward of endurance. Many people are unaware that enduring the secret process is not just about surviving the waiting or tolerating the challenges. It is about positioning yourself for a blessing that is perfectly timed, fully mature, and eternally impactful. The person who learns to endure emerges with strength, wisdom, and spiritual depth that cannot be acquired in any other way. God's preparation is not measured by speed, but by the capacity of the one being prepared. Endurance is the key that unlocks the fullness of your destiny. Endurance is built in the silent seasons. These are the periods when it seems like nothing is happening, when delays are longer than expected, and when your prayers appear unanswered. Many give up during this stage because the human heart is naturally inclined to seek immediate results. But the one who endures recognizes that God's silence does not mean abandonment, that the delay does not equal denial, and that the trial is part of a divine design. Endurance is not passive waiting. It is active faith, steadfast trust, and unwavering commitment to God, even when the outcome is unseen. The reward of endurance is multidimensional. First, it strengthens character. Those who endure develop patience, humility, resilience, and faith. They learn to navigate life with wisdom, to make decisions without haste, and to remain steadfast in the face of opposition. Character is the vessel through which blessings flow. without endurance, the blessings you receive may overwhelm you, mislead you, or even destroy you. God uses endurance to ensure that when the manifestation arrives, you are fully equipped to carry it with integrity and strength. Endurance also produces spiritual depth. The process of waiting, of trusting, and of resisting the urge to take shortcuts deepens your relationship with God. You learn to hear His voice more clearly, to follow His guidance more faithfully, and to rely on His power rather than your own understanding. Spiritual maturity is not automatic. It is forged in the crucible of trials, testing, and persistent faith. The one who endures emerges not only ready for success, but spiritually equipped to handle the responsibilities that come with it. Another reward of endurance is clarity of purpose. The one who perseveres through the secret season gains insight into God's plan for their life. They understand their assignment, recognize the timing of their breakthroughs, and align their actions with divine direction. The process reveals not only what God wants to give you, but who He is making you to become. Endurance ensures that when the door opens, you step through it with confidence, knowing that you are fully prepared for the role, assignment, or destiny that awaits. Endurance also guards against compromise and error. Many people rush into their blessings, acting prematurely and making decisions that undermine their destiny. The one who endures does not succumb to pressure, impatience, or temptation. They wait until the preparation is complete, until God's instruction is clear, and until they are fully equipped. This careful patience ensures that the manifestation of their destiny is sustainable, impactful, and aligned with God's purpose. Beloved, the ultimate reward of endurance is manifestation at the perfect time. Those who persevere will experience their breakthrough in full measure in God's perfect timing, and with all the tools, strength, and wisdom necessary to carry it. The wait may have been long, the process may have been difficult, and the challenges may have been intense, but every moment of endurance is rewarded with a blessing that is complete and undeniable. Endurance transforms waiting into victory, trials into triumph, and preparation into fulfillment. So understand that enduring the secret process is not merely about patience. It is about positioning yourself for fullness. It is about allowing God to finish His work in you, so that when your time comes, you step into your destiny with power, clarity, and spiritual maturity. The one who endures the preparation receives the blessing fully, walks in the fullness of God's purpose, and becomes a vessel of impact for generations to come. Beloved, today you have been reminded that God is at work in your life in ways that are unseen, silent, and deliberate. He is preparing you in secret, shaping your character, refining your heart, and equipping your spirit for a destiny far greater than you can imagine. Do not despise the waiting, the testing, or the delays, for these are the very instruments God is using to build endurance, faith, and spiritual maturity in you. Impatience may tempt you to abort the process, but those who trust God embrace the refining and endure the secret seasons will emerge fully prepared, fully empowered, and fully aligned with his purpose. Remember that God's timing is perfect and his process is intentional. Every moment of silence, every trial, every challenge, and every waiting season is a divine act of preparation. While the world judges your progress by what it sees, God is shaping you by what is hidden, building a foundation that cannot be shaken. Spiritual growth in the secret place ensures that when your breakthrough comes, you are ready not only to receive the blessing, but to carry it, steward it, and maximize it for his glory. Endurance is the key that unlocks the fullness of your destiny. Those who endure, who resist impatience, who trust God's timing, and who embrace the secret preparation will step into their breakthrough with wisdom, strength, and spiritual depth. The process may be long, the challenges may be heavy, but the reward is worth every moment. Your time of manifestation will arrive, complete and powerful, and it will reflect the perfection of God's work in your life. So today, decide in your heart to trust God fully, to embrace the secret preparation, and to endure with faith. Do not abort what he is doing in you. Allow him to perfect you, align you, and prepare you for the purpose he has ordained. When your season comes, you will walk in it with power, clarity, and impact that can only come from being prepared in secret by the hand of God. Your breakthrough is not by chance, it is by preparation. Your destiny is not random, it is by design. Trust the process, endure the preparation, and get ready to step into the fullness of God's perfect plan for your life.